Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you guys how I propagate all the peperomias that I could possibly find in the market in a sphagnum moss. So in here I have the Peperomia prostrata, or the string of turtles. I'll show you up close in a second. I also have Peperomia moonlight. This one, I've got Peperomia moonlights. This one is very similar to emerald ripple Peperomia. However, the emerald ripple has more like texture or rippled on the leaves. That's how you differentiate them. And I've also got Peperomia red log, as you can see here. This has got like beautiful texture on the leaf, and at the bottom it's more like red, and the stem is red, hence why the botanical name is red log. This one is very similar to beetle Peperomia or Peperomia quadrangularis. However, the Peperomia quadrangularis, it's more sharp on the leaves, whereas this one it's more like settled around on the leaves. That's how you differentiate Peperomia, because there's a lot of Peperomia out there, so you want to know which one you're buying and which one you want. And then I've also got the one in front here. This one is Peperomia obtusifolia. I just got the name down here so that I don't forget and say it wrong. I probably pronounce it wrong, but this is the Peperomia obtusifolia, or the other name is American baby rubber plant. So this is the colored one. How do you name it? So that's the variegated one. I've got the green, the classic one inside. I'll show you in a second, because it's in a like big 25-liter pot, so I'm not gonna bring it here. It's just gonna cover my face in the video. And good old Peperomia Polybotrya is just that. It's just right here. Support me from the side. In my other video, I've already shown you how I propagate the baby Peperomia Polybotrya. If you want to have a look at it, I will share the link in the description box below. I've also already shown how I propagate this Peperomia in the water. I also will link in the description section below. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go straight talk about each Peperomia I have here, and then I will show you how I propagate in sphagnum moss as well. Welcome to the voiceover, guys. So now I'm just gonna talk you through my propagation process, or steps by steps how I propagate these Peperomias that I have. So I've never used rooting hormones or anything like that when I propagate in a moss or in a water. Just how I prefer to do it. And other people use root hormones as well. Some people use honey or cinnamon. I've never used such things. So that little leaf there, it looks dead, so I just trim the bottom part out, and I didn't do that one. Instead, I decided to put the Peperomia obtusifolia first, and that's the variegated and non-variegated one. And then next you have Peperomia Polybotrya, just the classic one. And one thing I just wanted to say in this propagation is that when you propagate in moss, just use your finger to use the moss to like hug into the stems of your plant, so that the moss can provide a nutrient straight away to the stem, instead of like so it's just that's just what I think. There's no scientific study behind it, but it's just use common sense, I believe. For my preference, I prefer to propagate in sphagnum moss, just because I think that sphagnum moss, the environment in the sphagnum moss mimic the same environment as the soil, so that later on, if you wanna transfer your plant that have your leaf that have developed well root system, you want to transfer into soil, it would be easier for the plant to adapt to the new environment whereas propagate in the water, I think the roots in the water is very fragile, and sometimes you transfer into soil. There's some possibility that the plant won't survive in the new environment just because just because of the fragile root system that's developed in the water. And also I don't want to propagate in the water because I'm very impatient and I keep looking at it. And but propagate in a moss, I can just hide away in a corner somewhere and then forget about it. A week later, go and check it. Surprise myself with a lot of root systems already. That's probably one of the reasons as well I want to propagate in the sphagnum moss instead of water. I don't like propagate in the soil. That's just my preference. I don't like to propagate in the soil. So that's the final look of the propagation container. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to watch more video like this or plant video in the future. Thank you. See you another time.